Hello, welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year. This week we're going to do a little bit of a forward-looking video, seeing what's coming up on Cruising Calypso for 2023. We're going to be talking about some new projects, some new places where we're going, and if you stay to the end, we've got some exciting items that we're selling that you don't want to miss. Coming up. All right, so this week we're going to talk a little bit about upcoming projects for 2023, and we're going to talk a little bit about places we're going to go. And as I mentioned in the opener, I have some items that are left over from the 2022 upgrades that for folks who live in the area and want to pick them up, I have some great items for sale. So we want to take a look at that. If you don't want to stay for the whole video, which I hope you do, you can jump forward to the end and that's where you'll see the items for sale. So let's get started. If you recall, last year we had all of the exterior vinyl on the boat replaced. The cockpit settee, the settees up on the flying bridge, and the two captain's chairs. Came out great, looks great, just a way to update the boat. If you recall, the boat is a 2021 Searay 400 Sedan Bridge, so while she's still in excellent shape, it's nice to update her and make her look a little bit more current. This year we're moving inside. As we sit here today, all of the salon furniture has been removed and is at the shop of S&S Fabrics down in Rhode Island. They are redoing the convertible settee on the port side, the fixed settee on the starboard side, and the entire dinette, along with the valance that runs around the ceiling of the interior of the boat. Again, just to update him, most of the stuff was in pretty good shape. We did have a small piece of damage to one of the settees, but other than that, it was in good shape, but we are redoing that. So that's update number one. Update number two is, if you recall, during the season, we had our swim platform damaged. We were on Cuddy Hunk, and one of the arms from the dinghy holder got hooked on the dock and broke a chunk of the swim platform. So that is going to be repaired at no small cost this spring, and we need to have a new system to hold our dinghy. I'm not going to go back with the kind of dinghy system we had before, which is the arms and the cradles. For those of you who are interested in that type of system, we thought it would work out great. We have about a 10-foot aluminum rib dinghy with a 9.9 Tohatsu on it. All in, it weighs about 180 pounds, maybe a little bit more. And pulling that dinghy up onto those arms proved to be quite challenging. It does not roll up easily. I had to put a 4-in-1 purchase on it, and it just didn't work out super well. Plus, when we went anywhere we went, and the big reason that we had the damage was every time we went somewhere and we back into a dock, those arms protruded out beyond the swim platform, and so I don't want to go back to that. So my options are kind of limited. There's something called the Dinghy Caddy, which I think I mentioned when I first spoke about the damage that we're going to look at. Have some thoughts about that. A few of you left comments, said that it works really well. One of our concerns, however, is that when the boat is not on it, either we have to take it off and leave it on the dinghy on its mooring, or put it somewhere in the cockpit, because again, when we back into docks, we can't have this frame sort of hanging out over the dock and we backed in. So gonna have to think a little bit about that one. So again, if you have any thoughts and ideas, I'd love to hear your experience with the Dinghy Caddy. As I said, several folks have commented that it worked really well for them, but I'd love to hear what others have done to carry a rib. Our issue on the Sedanbridge is the swim platform is a little bit narrow. It's only about 30 inches, or actually less than that, 28 inches. So it's not, don't have a lot of room to pull the dinghy onto it. So the dinghy has to protrude out a little bit. I might have mentioned this in my earlier video, that we looked into a hydraulic swim platform, and two issues came up. One, on the 400 Sedan Bridge, there's not a lot of space aft underneath in the transom to get at where the mechanicals would go. That's where our generator is, that's where the steering gear is, so it's pretty jammed up in there. Two, these swim platforms weigh quite a bit, and so it would, you know, it would put a lot of extra weight on the transom of the boat. And three, you're talking close to 20 grand for these things. So for those reasons, we're not going with a hydraulic swim platform. So stay tuned again when we actually get, once that swim platform is fixed and we start looking seriously about putting a new holder for the dinghy on. And last of all, on our list of items that we're doing for the upcoming season is this last item. It actually checks two boxes for us. For those of you who are familiar with the 400 Sedan Bridge, from 1998 to 2004, which is when this model was built, the radar arch is a 3-foot forward slanting mast with the radar that sits on top of it. From my perspective, and it's purely my personal opinion, is I think that did not go with the aesthetic of the boat. The boat basically has an aft-facing arch. Everything on the boat is aft-facing, so to have that forward-facing mast violated the overall aesthetic of the boat. So I never liked it, always wanted to get rid of it. So that's box one. Box two is we have relied on Marina Wi-Fi and hotspot cell service whenever we're on the boat, whether it be just for emails, whether it be for streaming a movie, or for me even trying to work. And that has sort of worked marginally okay, and in these days it seems like it doesn't work well at all. So we're going to make the move, and we're going to put a Starling antenna on the boat. So what that's going to require is we're going to remove the offending forward-facing arch, and we're going to install from Seaview a 2-foot aft-facing antenna mast that will both hold the radar and it will also hold a dome for which the Starling antenna will go inside. So I've already acquired the Seaview mast and the plate. It'll have a new rear light that will be attached to it. Now I just have to acquire a 24-inch dome, dummy dome basically, to put the Starling antenna inside of. Starling seems to be a pretty good option. A lot of folks have tried it. It is not made to be used when you're underway. It doesn't geolocate, so it's strictly made when you're stationary, and it will get a fix on the satellites. I've read a lot of good things about it. Love to hear people's thoughts on it. One thing I have heard as it's gotten increasingly popular is that the service has been, the speeds have drawn down. Hopefully Starlink will continue to increase the number of satellites up there, and so therefore the speed will be maintained as users command. So that's hoping we're going to do it. So as I say, that checks two boxes, gets rid of the forward-facing antenna, and improves our communication so we can stream, and hopefully maybe I will be able to work from the boat a little bit more often. So those are the three improvements we are doing. We have some trips planned for this year. We're going to be heading down to Rhode Island, probably to Newport and to Watch Hill. Of course, we're going to be going over to Menemsha and Cuttyhunk. Those are always favorite places for us. Edgartown, we love to go there. And of course, all the local trips in Buzzards Bay. And again, if you have any places that you go on the Buzzards Bay area and the south coast of Massachusetts, please let us know, and we'd love to hear about that. Now, lastly, what you hopefully all been waiting for is I am selling a few items that are leftovers from the 22 project improvements. You recall I replaced our anchor with a new 45-pound Mantis anchor. So I have the original 40-pound galvanized plow anchor that came with the boat available for sale along with the original rode. The rode is approximately 200 feet with about 20 feet of chain. If you're in the Boston area and it's something you'd be interested in, I'll give you a great price on it. I'm really not looking to make any money on it, just if you're in the area, just a modest amount for that. In addition to that, we have we upgraded to a larger Magma grill, a square rectangular grill. When we had replaced the round kettle grill, which works great. So I have for sale that round kettle grill. It's gas, fully functional. It comes with a black Magma cover that stays on it, and the the rod holder mount for it. So it's a complete setup, and it has the legs so that you can take it off the mount and set it on the ground. So great item. It just was a little small for us, so we highly recommend that, and I have that available for sale. Again, I'll give you a great deal on it. And then the last thing that we're going to be selling, and I don't have all the details on this, is, as I said, since we are putting the Starling antenna, right now Calypso is equipped with an Intllian, it's like an i4 satellite dome, antenna and dome on the boat. We've never used the service, but it's fully functional. It's not that old. The previous owner put it on the boat about a year or two before we bought the boat. So we're going to be taking that off, and that's going to be for sale. So I need to get the details on it, but if that's something you might be interested in, again, for all of these items, you can put a comment down below, or you can reach out to me through our website, cruisingcalypso.com, and send me a message, because these items will go quickly. As I said, for the anchor and the grill, it's best if you're in the area, because they're kind of hard to ship. So as always, please subscribe to the channel. We're just about at 2,000 subscribers. We want to thank everyone who's been viewing. It's been great. But please subscribe and hit the bell and the thumbs up. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And we look forward to seeing you on our next one. Bye.